Both of these teams improved. I really like what both teams did. They both improved big time, so that's good. They gave themselves more depth. They were already deep. Now they have more depth and more versatility. They can play big, they can play small. So both of them improved greatly. However, as my good buddy Antonio Daniels, former point guard, championship point guard for the San Antonio Spurs, he likes to say the NBA today is an arms race. And since Brooklyn has more guns, and I like them a little bit better than the Lakers already, I have to go with Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge, despite all of the utter nonsense on Twitter where people were acting like they added Charles Barkley in his prime, we know LaMarcus Aldridge is not what he used to be, okay? However, he still is a very capable scorer and interior defender. He's actually improved his range from the mid-range out to the three-point line. So what that does for the Nets is it allows them to, one, play super big if they want. DeAndre Jordan, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, or Kevin Durant on the front line. Play kind of big. LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, or go small. Their most effective offensive lineup has been small ball with Jeff Green at center, but it's a problem defensively. Now you put LaMarcus Aldridge out there. Again, unlike Nick Claxton, who's played well for them, Aldridge can keep the floor spread and be out at the three-point line or on the perimeter, and then he's a very good interior defender at the rim. So that gives the Nets a really potent small ball lineup on both sides of the floor. The Nets' only problem is going to be Steve Nash got to figure out, assuming they're healthy and Kyrie's in the right state of mind, Nash has to figure out how, when, and where I'm playing guys. After that, if they do that, I don't see even LeBron stopping these guys.
All right, so a few things. You and I just have a fundamental disagreement on LaMarcus Aldridge's ability as a defensive player in 2021. You said he's a more than capable rim protector. I don't think we have any evidence of that all season long. Maybe he'll be someone different, but I also think it is telling and it is instructive that the Spurs are trying to make the playoffs, and they bought him out. And Broussard, you know as well as I do, buyout guys are usually more the Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond sort, meaning expensive guys on terrible teams that they want to, listen, we can save some money, we can get younger guys involved, we're not re-signing them, might as well move on. Aldridge is interesting because the Spurs are in the playoffs right now, and they basically told him a few weeks ago, you can go home where you're not going to play anymore this season because you're not helping us. But those lineups you were throwing out there, Broussard, listen, when the Nets are healthy, if and when they are, the lineups they need to be playing, obviously, are KD, Harden, Kyrie, Joe Harris, and then if they want to be small, Bruce Brown, and if they want to be big, Nicholas Claxton. The reason that I think Aldridge could be more problem than solution, and I think it's probably neither, I think it's probably a net zero, is, Brandon, you now have a first-time head coach who has 3 former All-Stars on the roster, all of whom expect to play, none of whom help you, in DeAndre, Blake, and LaMarcus. And the younger, less accomplished guys actually help you more. And so I just feel like if I'm Steve Nash, the Nets keep adding to the degree of difficulty in my opening season. They never had a talent issue. Ever since they added Harden, talent hasn't been the issue. Defense has been, I believe, an issue, and we don't have to go down that road right now. But they've never had a lack of talent. And now you're adding guys who I think are going to expect roles who don't need roles. And I don't see how Aldridge helps the Nets.
Well, I disagree, and I'm going to speak from a player's position. When you're an aging player and you want to win, you just want to win. You're willing to go to a situation and sacrifice. So Blake Griffin, if he plays 10 minutes or 15 minutes, he'll be happy. LaMarcus Aldridge, same situation. And then I want to push back on you with this Aldridge thing from a player's perspective. The reason why he was sent home, probably comes down to their lack of chemistry. It comes down to the drama that they've been having since 2017. Let's not get this twisted. Let's not think that these issues just started. So you have a guy that's been in San Antonio not really producing at a high level because their relationship is bad. It goes back to 2017. So yes, he's an aging guy. You know, he's not going to give you a ton, but it is a great move for the Nets. And Chris, I agree with you where this is all about depth. Like, you're adding guys that can come in. He's 6'11", 7'5", wingspan. Like, this is ridiculous. You don't need him to be Shaquille O'Neal. You don't need him to be Joel Embiid. You just need this guy to come in and just give you a little bit of something in the paint, and that's what he's going to give you. And while the answer is the Lakers, Drummond comes in, he gives you something on both ends. He's going to give you 17 points a game and 13 rebounds. That's a lot to a team that is depleted and is hurting right now.
Yeah, but the Lakers got Drummond. They sort of needed Drummond. And the Nets got LaMarcus Aldridge. Like, oh, good, another piece. Broussard, I got a question for you on where you think KD's mindset is. Because he had this tweet from 2010 that sort of has haunted him when he moved to the Warriors, and now people brought it up again. And it was like, oh, everybody wants to join a super team now, right? What's wrong with guys going after each other? Now he's changed it around. He responded to someone on Twitter, see, you really can't lead a team on your own. He said, I'll never be able to do anything that I really want to do on earth by myself. It feels like Durant has, let's say, turned an emotional page here of being like, you know what? I'm the leader of this team. Guys now want to follow me. It's not the old Kevin Durant going somewhere. I actually think the Nets are oozing confidence, and I'd like to see this from Durant.
Yeah, I agree. Look, a lot of people, you know, been shooting out this weekend that, hey, Kevin Durant, he won't get credit for this championship. It's the same thing as in Golden State where they're stacked. I don't think KD cares anymore. I really don't. I like a lot of people thought he was going to Brooklyn to show I can lead my own team to a championship. I think he just wants to win. We all know he's the best player on the team. Or, you know, Harden's chasing him, but he's the best player on the team, generally speaking.
Is he? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is he?
Is Durant the best player?
I've listened to you and Brandon. Tell me James Harden's the MVP. James Harden came out this weekend, said he's the MVP. I'm asking. So we're certain that Kevin Durant's the best player on the team?
They just want to win. Right now he is.
Right. A prerequisite for MVP isn't you got to be the historically best player on your team. All right now, Kevin Durant's not even playing. Basketball. So James Harden is the best player right now, and he's been the best player. And here's the thing, Nick, he's the key, okay? He's the one making it all work with his unselfishness and his play at point guard.
Sure.
We all thought, how in the world is this going to work? It's all been because of James Harden, not Kevin Durant, not Kyrie Irving.
No, don't say
James
we
Harden.
all. Don't say we all. Don't say we all. Y'all thought. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was the only one that said, come on. When you got superstars coming together, they got to have a conversation. These guys are smart enough to understand that somebody has to sacrifice.
That's right.
And James Harden was the key. James Harden is the glue, Nick.
Listen, Broussard's back with us in like a half hour, 20 minutes. During that time, Broussard, I'd love it because you have the vote. I don't. If you could find me the list of MVPs who weren't the best player on their team. You said it's not a prerequisite. I'm sure there's a long list. Wait, hold on. It's zero.
It's not.
You've never had a league MVP not be the best player on a team.
Did you hear?
Harden can be the MVP. Kevin Durant's not playing, Nick. He's not playing.
I'm just saying.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.